Have you ever felt like the more you try to understand life, the more confusing it gets? Like you're trying to piece together a puzzle with no picture on the box? That's because most of us are trying to navigate existence without ever questioning the basic ideas we've been handed since birth. But what if I told you that the answers, real answers, don't come from knowing more, but from asking better? Today, we're diving into a concept that could flip your perspective on its head, something philosophers have explored for centuries, but most people never truly grasp. Let's talk about the art of not knowing. From the moment we're born, we're taught to seek certainty. We want concrete answers, labels, definitions. What's right? What's wrong? Who's successful? Who's a failure? But here's the twist. The more certain we try to be, the more blind we become to deeper truths. Socrates, the guy who basically invented Western philosophy, wasn't famous for what he knew. He was famous for admitting he didn't know. His wisdom, "I know that I know nothing." Think about that. The wisest man in Athens built his entire method of questioning the world on not knowing. In today's world, not knowing is seen as weakness. We're expected to have opinions on everything: news, politics, culture, instantly. Scrolling through social media, everyone's an expert. But this addiction to being right, it kills curiosity. Philosophy, on the other hand, invites you to pause, to ask, what if I'm wrong? And more importantly, what am I missing? In a noisy world obsessed with certainty, practicing doubt becomes an act of rebellion. So if certainty is overrated, what's the alternative? Questions. But not just any questions, philosophical ones. Not what's the meaning of life, but what does meaning even mean? Not what should I do with my life, but what makes something worth doing? These kinds of questions don't give easy answers, but they expand your perspective. They stretch the mind like a muscle. And over time, they change the way you see everything. Embracing uncertainty doesn't mean giving up. It means letting go of the illusion that life should be tidy, logical, and explainable. Some of the most peaceful people aren't the ones with all the answers. They're the ones comfortable sitting in mystery. Alan Watts once said, "Muddy water is best cleared by leaving it alone." Philosophy teaches us that it's okay to sit with confusion, to feel lost, to not have the perfect response. Because sometimes, that's where real clarity begins. So, what if you stopped chasing answers and started falling in love with the questions? What if not knowing wasn't a flaw, but the very beginning of wisdom? Let me know in the comments. What's one question you've been afraid to ask yourself lately? And if you enjoyed this thought journey, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share it with a fellow deep thinker. Until next time, stay curious and stay human.